Hello, welcome to lesson number 3 in the unit on the Khmer Empire. In this lesson we're going to be learning about architecture. Okay, so the Khmer people are well known for making grand religious structures, right, like Angkor Wat. Generally, for the more important religious structures that they built, including Angkor Wat, they used a lot of sandstone blocks, very large sandstone blocks that would have been cut out very precisely and put into place. They also used laterite and red brick, especially for what they considered to be less important buildings, or for the base of more important buildings, or the foundation of those buildings. Okay. Temple walls often had reliefs on them which showed lives of regular people, or depictions of the daily lives of regular people. So what is a relief? A relief is a carving, basically, something that would have been carved into the wall of the temple. Okay? So rather than painting something, they would have actually carved out a scene, okay, of the daily lives of people. It could be just people sitting around eating, it could be the people worshiping their king, or it could be depictions of some scene from a religious text. Okay, and that's actually one of the ways we know about the lives of the Khmer people, is from these reliefs that we find on the walls of temples. Right? They're also very famous for making this very beautiful corn cob shaped chedi or prong. Okay. All right. So if you ever see this shape, you know it comes from. Or if you see a temple with a prong or chedi that has this shape and these features, kind of looks like a piece of corn, really, then you know it's either Khmer or influenced by the Khmer people. Their cities were generally surrounded by walls and moats, and their bigger, more elaborate temples were also surrounded by moats, because, as I mentioned in the last lesson, they used water as a form of representing Hindu religious cosmology, or the way that the world was structured, the way the universe was structured according to Hinduism. All right. If we go back here and take a look at this image of what the universe is supposed to look like according to Hinduism, we've got this mountain in the middle called Mount Meru. Now this mountain had many peaks. Okay, you can see the peaks on the mountain here. So the religious structures of the temples of the Khmer people often had many peaks, so that they looked like this mountain, Mount Meru. And Mount Meru was said to be surrounded by a giant lake or ocean of water. Okay, so if we go back to look at Angkor Wat here, Angkor Wat is made to look like Mount Meru with all of the beautiful peaks, or the prongs here, the corn cob shaped prongs or chedis. And of course Angkor Wat is surrounded by a giant man-made moat, which is meant to represent the water surrounding Mount Meru. There's another image of it right there. So again, the temple would have been Mount Meru, and this would have been the water surrounding it. Okay. There's our corn cob there, so you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about. All right, let's move forward. Now, what does laterite look like? Again, laterite is just, it's almost like a soil that can be dug up from the ground in Southeast Asia, and when it dries out, it kind of forms a natural brick. Okay. So, as I said, the less important structures, or what the Khmer people regarded as less important structures, were made out of laterite. Like this one here, I took this picture when I went to Khmer in Thailand, in the Nakhon Ratchasima. And this is at the same site, Pasadhin Khmer. Alright, but this is sandstone. This is what sandstone looks like. Okay, so the more important structures would have been built with these giant slabs of sandstone and intricately placed together. And red brick. Okay. We know what red brick looks like. Okay, and I have some other videos here for you to take a look at on your own time. So this is about what the Angkor Temple would have looked like back when it was brand new. If you want to take a look at that. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. In the next lesson, we'll be talking about the religion, or the religions of the Khmer people. So thank you for listening.